Hey everyone, Kat over here with Confessions of the Perfect Mom. I thought today we would chat a little bit about nighttime routines. So there's a lot of really great reasons to have a very consistent bedtime, nighttime routine, both for your toddler, your teenager, yourself. So we're going to kind of go over what those benefits are. We're going to go over what our bedtime routine is, just what works for my family. I'm going to go over one item that I do not include in our nightly routine. Ever, never, it does not happen. I'm going to go over what my bedtime, nighttime routine is. So it will have a lot of really great information. But first, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Make sure you're pushing that little bell looking symbol so you get alerts when I post new things. So go ahead, get that done. Thank you. Okay, so there's a lot of really great benefits to having the nighttime routine. Okay, it lets your toddlers know what to expect, what's coming. It signals to our bodies that sleep is on the way and we're starting to get ready, so you get actually better sleep. It lets you relax and unwind a little bit. And again, I'm a strong believer in routines. So knowing that there are all these great benefits, what is our bedtime routine? Okay. So this is the routine for my toddler who's almost 3. We eat dinner as a family as often as we can. Sometimes, my husband is dealing with work stuff or my daughter is working. But we try to always eat dinner as a family and have that be our family time. And that's kind of the signal to everyone that the day is coming to an end. And we talk about what happened in everyone's days. We've talked about what we accomplished, what we didn't accomplish. And then I take my toddler and we go down and we brush teeth and wash his face. We then go to his room where we change diapers and get into pajamas. We have everybody come in and say goodnight and give hugs and kisses. And it's kind of fun. Sometimes it gets a little rambunctious. But everyone's down in his room telling him goodnight. And then everyone leaves and me and him finish up the bedtime routine. And at this point we turn off lights. We close up his windows by saying, goodnight to the world. Some nights we can see the moon out of his window and he gets really excited. So we say goodnight to the moon. We sit down. I still have the rocking chair in his room. So we sit in the rocking chair and I tell him a story. And he picks whether we're talking about knights or pirates. Sometimes we have stories about bandits. But it's story time. Then I put him in his crib because I'm very thankful he still sleeps in a crib. I tuck him in along with 642,000 stuffed animals. He sleeps with all of his stuffies and everyone gets tucked in. I sing very, very badly and off key. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. And then I leave. At that point, it's up to him to put himself to sleep. And sometimes he goes to sleep really quickly. Sometimes it takes another hour or so. But once I leave, I do not come back in. He knows once I say goodnight, sweet dreams, I'll see him in the morning. So I don't go back in until if he's asleep. Often I'll go in and check on him before I go to bed. But as far as he knows, we're done. And that works really well for my family. That's a great routine kind of for my family that we have fallen into. That works really well for getting our toddler down for bed. Now, we chose to make sure he goes to bed awake. That worked well for my family. I have a lot of friends that wouldn't possibly think about doing something like that. They want to snuggle their kids until they go to sleep. They want to rock them until they go to sleep. They want to be with them until they fall asleep. There's a lot of perks to doing it that way. There's people always sleep better when there's someone next to them, so it allows them to often fall asleep faster. It allows them to fall asleep kind of with more security and comfort. So there's a lot of positive reasons to do that. So if that's what works for your family, then that's awesome. That's what works for your family, and that's the best thing that you can do. For my family, having 3 other children, sitting in his room with him until he falls asleep just didn't work. So we chose to sleep train him, and it was hard. But now, like I said, he goes to bed, whether it's nap time or bedtime, completely awake. We put him down, we do the routine. He knows what's coming. I leave. There's no tears, there's no fighting. So that's what worked for my family. Okay. So in that big, long example of what our routine is, there's one thing that is missing. We don't do bath time. Okay. I know a lot of people really love to incorporate bath time into their nightly routines, and there's a lot of studies done that being in the warm water and getting clean, a lot of people add lavender smells to it, can help with bedtime. It doesn't work for our family. My toddler loves bath time. He loves it so much he would stay in there all night, and we get very loud and energetic and lots of fun and splashing, and he throws temper tantrums then when it's time to get out, because he does not ever want to get out of the bath. It could be freezing water at this point, lips are turning blue, he's shivering, he still doesn't want to get out of the bath. So we don't include it in our nighttime routine because it energizes him more than helps put him to sleep. Now, if that works for your family to include it, again, great, do that. The point is to develop a nightly routine that works well for your family, that helps your kids settle down a little bit from the day, helps them relax, let them know that bedtime is coming so it's not a surprise, and it works well for you and what you guys are trying to accomplish. So that's just an example of what we do in our routine. You can follow it or not, that's up to you. But what about you as a mom? Do you have a bedtime, nighttime routine for yourself? Because all of those benefits that are for our kids, well, they work for us too. They still are signaling to our body that it's time to go to sleep, which helps us, put our head in the right space for sleep. It allows us to unwind. It allows us to de-stress. It allows us to have a moment of relaxing. And what about a moment then for yourself to kind of unwind and get through all of the mental load that you're carrying anyways? Set that all down and prepare yourself for bed. It is hugely important. Again, not just for your kids, but for you. So for me, we put my toddler down. We have time as a family with the bigger kids. But I try to, journal. It doesn't happen much, but I really like it on the nights I can journal. And then I'm literally feeling that mental load that we carry all day, dispersing. And you get it all out on the paper. So that helps. I like to read, not on my Kindle, not on my phone, but an actual legit hardback book. It gets you away from that blue light. Reading also shows that it improves sleep. So I like to read. We do bookcase.club, so I get new books every month. I'll drop a link to some of those unboxings. But, again, it's just kind of that quiet wind down. And it doesn't really matter what you're choosing for the routine for yourself, as long as it's consistent. As long as you do it every single night, you will start to notice improvements in your sleep. And if mama is sleeping better and is more well rested, guess what? We tend to be better mamas. So it works out really well, not only for you, but the benefit of your kids then as well. So I want you to drop down the comments below what your nighttime routine is, either for your kids or for yourself. It's a great thing about self-care is making sure we have these routines and these times for ourselves. So drop down below, let me know what yours is. I'd love to hear what you guys do and be able to incorporate that maybe in my own. So thank you guys very much. Make sure you are subscribing so you don't miss anything moving forward. Thank you guys very much, and I will see you next time.